So I've gone from like 9 to 5 programming feeling trapped, like waking up every morning with my alarm being like, do I need this job? Do I really need to get up and go to work? Like, how much do I need this? Because it's just so draining. And you're just like, you would rather literally do anything else. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. Today, we're going to be talking all about timelines. But before we jump in, I want to remind you to please like this video, share this video, and then subscribe for new videos on this channel every Sunday. Okay, so let's talk about, the question is, what timeline are you choosing? And the reason that that question is so important is because it is a choice. And timelines are very real. This isn't something to just discount as like woo-woo. These are actual realities, which become potentials. They can be like above you or below you or parallel to you. And it's all about the choices and the decisions that you're making. Maybe you've heard before that we are living all of our lifetimes simultaneously, right? Like there really truly is no past lives or future lives. Everything's happening in the now moment. And I know that that can be really hard to grasp, but I'm hoping that this video will help you with that about timelines. Because really what it is that you have an oversoul, or you are an oversoul, basically. And you, as the oversoul, choose to send your consciousness out into different focal points so that you can experience as much as possible. And of course, above the oversoul is the ultimate God source of all consciousness, but that kind of breaks down into smaller oversouls, which also break down into like soul families and soul groups, but we don't have to go through all the details to understand this. The understanding is that there's a larger oversoul that you are, and that you've chosen to like break your consciousness into different focal points so that you can live out as many experiences as you choose, as you want. So you are existing, this oversoul that you are existing in many, many, many parallel lives at this time. However, the you that's watching this video is just one focal point of this consciousness. And in order for this experiment to, it's not really an experiment, it's just like an experience of life and consciousness. In order for it to work, you really have to fully commit to the focal point that you're in. So because, I don't know if you've seen the movie or trailers for the movie, I think it's called Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it's about the multidimensionality of yourself, not just the universe, but of you as an individual, as a soul. You are multidimensional, you are existing in many different timelines at one time, but it all comes down to the focal point that you are right now, sitting here watching this video, and that I am. So what we can do is we can choose to take the focal point that we are and move it to another timeline, something better, hopefully, something more aligned. And the way that you do that, the way that you shift that energy is through following things like soul nudges. And I know we've talked about soul nudges here before. I'm actually going to link the soul nudges video at the end of this, because if you haven't seen it, it is super important for you to understand. So a lot of the times we're receiving signs through things like synchronicities and numbers and hearing conversations from other people and just coincidences and all these things. And we know that they're signs because we get a feeling. I get like a ping in my gut when something is meant for me, like in my solar plexus. It's like, ooh, that was a sign. I know that that was for me. Or downloads. I mean, all of these are ways to navigate and guide yourself, but soul nudges are one of the most powerful ways. It's when your oversoul starts to nudge you towards a better experience, nudging the focal point of the consciousness that you are right now to something better, because it's always trying to help you align to your highest self. So what is your highest self? Your highest self is the happiest you, the one that is really truly like doing the inner work, the healing, the forgiveness, the love, the one that has that really high vibration and frequency, the one that is truly on their like earth mission, soul purpose, feeling so fulfilled, feeling so good about what they're here to offer. And they're not just giving, they're also receiving. So it's somebody that's really in balance with giving and receiving and living in this truly abundant way. So your highest self that we just described lives on your highest timeline. Okay, so your highest timeline is where your highest self lives. And when you embody your highest self, you come to live and exist as this consciousness focal point that you are on your highest timeline. What does that look like? That is literally where all the good is. It's all of the joy, abundance, freedom, love, the community around you, like friends and family and your partner being aligned. It's where you break free from the 9-to-5 programming, you go out on your own, probably as a spiritual entrepreneur. If you're watching this channel, that would be what you'd be interested in, or as an artist or a writer or something where you're like sharing your soul gifts with the world that you're in. So with humanity, right? That's your highest timeline. It feels the best. It feels so good. And it also doesn't just feel amazing, because it is amazing. It also allows for the most expansion possible. So on that highest timeline, as you've now like stepped into your highest self, you can expand and grow beyond anything that you ever thought possible in all ways, in all areas of your life. And like your highest timeline, it's not all just about spirituality. I mean, like, life is inherently spiritual because we are spiritual beings, like, we are spirit. But and what I mean by that is that it's not all just spiritual. Is like your highest timeline also includes your desires. Like, that's okay. It's okay to want things, that amazing car, or that like vacation home, or a beautiful trip, or a beautiful wedding. Whatever it is that you're desiring, that in my books is spiritual. Like, because when you're happy, you're vibing high. And when you're free, when you're happy and when you're free, you're just like sending out the example to everyone else of what's possible. And I want that for everyone. I want everyone to feel like they can have it all. All the money, all the like emotional wealth, all the freedom. Wealth is many things. It's not just money, but it is money, and it's okay to want that too. Desires do not make you like an ego. They can be spiritual when you're being true to yourself and you're being authentic. I think it's really important not to like shut down our desires. I know that there's a lot of different like schools of thought, or even religions. I was thinking like Buddha, where they say like desire is the thing that like confines you, imprisons you. But I don't think so, because we came here to be human. Like, if I wanted to just be an angel or just a soul, like a light orb floating out there, being all just filled with bliss and love and oneness, then I would. But I actually chose this incarnation, which is humanity. And what is humanity? Humanity is like the most emotional beings in the universe that I've ever come across. Maybe not, but they feel like they are. Extremely emotional, filled with passion and desire and wants and needs and excitement, and they want adventure. So if you're here to be human, then do it right and really be human and really embrace your humanity in this amazing way of like super high frequencies and high vibrations of embodying your highest self on your highest timeline. You can't have one without the other. They are the same, right? Your highest timeline, which I've talked about a little bit on this channel, it's real. It's not a far off fantasy. It's not way off in the future. It's real. It's right there. Like, it's waiting for you. And all you have to do is find the right pathway to it. And the way that you find the right pathway to it is through those soul nudges that we talked about. But there are other ways that, other than soul nudges, powerful ways to find your soul nudges, to follow your soul nudges, powerful ways to shift your energy into alignment with that highest timeline, through like soul retrievals, energy healings, activations of your divine highest DNA blueprints. I mean, there's lots of different ways that I could just like ramble off of how to get to your highest timeline. And I know because I've done it. Like, and it doesn't mean that once you get to your highest timeline, like you've arrived and it's over and the work is over. That's not it at all. It's just that you're super, super aligned. You're happy. You're fulfilled. You have love, purpose, abundance, and freedom in your life, and probably lots of other wonderful things like aligned friendships and relationships. That's your highest timeline. If you have those things, you're there. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to continue to grow, because remember, this is now where the real expansion happens. Your business can grow, you can grow spiritually, your health can grow. I mean, everything starts to grow, but you've got to get there to really dig in and start this amazing journey. So I just wanted to share a little bit of my own experience with that. So I've gone from like 9 to 5 programming, feeling trapped, like waking up every morning with my alarm being like, do I need this job? Do I really need to get up and go to work? Like, how much do I need this? Because it's just so draining. And you're just like, you would rather literally do anything else. Like, I've been there. I get it. I know. But I've gone from that feeling and being like locked into that 9 to 5 programming to the complete opposite, which is freedom. I choose now how I want to spend my days. As an entrepreneur, you get that freedom. And also, I am doing the work I came here to do. And that feels amazing to say even now. Like, I know that I came here to awaken and then begin my work. And I am literally on my soul purpose path. I am completing my earth mission to the best of my ability. And I know I'll only get better and better at it, but I'm doing it. I know that I am. And that feeling, it's priceless. Okay, that like it just bubbled up in my heart. That is priceless. I want that for you. You deserve that. The other way that I know that I'm on my highest timeline is I used to struggle so much, and I've shared a lot about this already, but with addiction because of my severe like PTSD, which is just like an extreme version of anxiety. It's more than that, but it was really intense for me. And this anxiety, this PTSD, and this addiction were just had me continually spiraling downwards. And there was really no way for me to reach my highest potentials in that place. But through, this amazing deep cellular healing that I've learned how to do, deep cellular healing, the activations, channeling with my spirit team to get the information from them about what are my soul gifts, following soul nudges, like just all of these different ways have led me to a life of health. So I have freedom here now as well in my health, being sober and at peace. It feels really good to say that too. I feel at peace with myself, finally. It's so empowering. You deserve that too. Okay. And then the next area of my life is, for like spiritual growth or spiritual alignment. I have navigated my way out of so many dark nights of the soul. I really don't even know how many. And each time I got a little bit better at it. And I had a lot thrown my way. Like, I've shared again on this channel probably so much of what I've been through, not everything, but a lot of what I've been through, and like navigating through those dark nights of the souls to this person, to this version of me, my highest version. And again, your highest version, it keeps growing. It's just going to get better and better and better. But I know I'm there. I know I'm aligned to it now. I know I live, the focal point of my consciousness lives in my highest self now. That feels amazing to say. And now I'm a spiritual leader, a respected channeler, a teacher, a mentor. Wow. Like, I want that for you. It feels amazing to figure out what my soul gifts were and then to bravely step into offering them, mastering them, finding more. Like, it doesn't end. And then like the last thing I would say is like also like being like relationships, okay? Like being in these unaligned relationships over and over again, where it kind of feels like aligned maybe at the beginning, but then it turns into this super rocky experience with tons of ups and downs. And then you stay anyway, because you're like, I'm probably learning all these amazing lessons, or maybe I'm teaching, maybe, this is karma and we're working it out. Maybe it is, but it's like at a certain point, you can choose to leave that behind and find an aligned partner. Because the issues in all of those relationships, and I know that because God, we've been there, we've been through it, right? The issue with those relationships is you just haven't found a partner that's growing with you. It's like you meet and then you do this giant growth spurt probably, right? Spiritually speaking, all this expansion, all this raising your vibration, all this knowledge, it's just so much like self-awareness and everything. And you go, and then they're like way down here. And then maybe you have another growth spurt and another, who knows? And maybe they're sort of slowly, but in the end, there's so much of a difference here between your frequencies, between the amount of consciousness and awareness and knowledge and understanding of who you truly are, that the dissonance between the difference here pulls you down. It pulls you down. And then the fights happen. And then, then it eventually just ends, right? What I want for you is what I've finally found. And again, this doesn't mean it's perfect. It's a work in progress always, just like I will always be. But when you align to your highest self relationship, that means that you have a partner that is has the same priorities of you, spiritually speaking, same priorities as you. So they're now growing with you. And sometimes it's this, you learn a little, then you bring them up, and then they bring you up, but it's never somebody there's so much difference where they're pulling you down. It's an adventure together now. It's like you're on the same team, you speak the same language. I want that for you. To have an awakened partner, like I have my awakened husband, and that's all still very new for me. It's powerful. And how did I find that? How did I get to that? Oh my goodness, there is such a long story. There is such a beautiful story about following soul nudges to the point of being so afraid and so terrified and literally doing it anyway. And I want all of this for you. So all of this being said, you deserve this. And because I have experienced shifts in these 4 key areas of my life, relationship, the soul purpose career thing, the own spiritual growth and alignment, and then the human part, the health and the being okay with myself, the human essence of it all, human alignment. Because I've done all of that, I've decided to actually teach it. Okay, I love being a teacher and having students. It's something that I've done before. I had an extremely successful course about teaching psychic gifts called Psychic Light Training. Maybe you heard me talk about that. Well, I'm back, guys. I am back with another blow your mind, quantum shift your life and yourself into your highest self. Quantum shift that timeline by shifting you. That's how you do it. So anyway, I'm back with this incredible course. It's called Unlock Your Highest Timeline. And it's starting soon. It's starting June 29th, which is a Wednesday, which means the doors close the day before on June 28th, which is a Tuesday. So there's not a lot of time. If you're seriously interested in this, please check out the link in the description box below. This is literally going to be such a game changer, so mind-blowing. I love being a part of timeline jumps for other people because as I teach it, I also experience it. So I don't even know what kind of potential there is for me at the end of this course, which is a 9-week soul-led breakthrough course that will leave you shifted in those 4 areas that I mentioned. If you're looking for a reset, if you're looking for help climbing that ladder to your highest timeline, if you're trying to figure out what are my soul gifts, why am I here, what is my earth mission, if you're struggling with anxiety, depression, exhaustion, drained, addiction, anything like that, if you're struggling in your relationships even, and it doesn't just have to be romantic, with your family and friends as well, or if you're just searching for that aligned partner, or if you're just in a dark night of the soul and you're stuck, or if you're not sure how to move into the next phase of your spiritual awakening, this is literally it. But it's all of those things in one. It's like a powerhouse of a course because it's everything all in one. And I am just so excited to get started. So please, if this is aligning for you, lean in. Okay, because miracles happen on the other side of that decision that, oh, I don't know if I should I invest in myself? Should I spend the time? Should I spend the money? Oh my God, I cannot tell you enough how important it is to invest in yourself. I personally invest in myself often through these kinds of courses with my own mentors, and it's gotten me to where I am, and I will continue to invest in myself, my business, my dreams. It's the only way. If you never invest anything, you never get anything back. It's a give and a receive, and you are going to get back so much more than the investment is. I know that. I know it. I feel I feel the power of it already. I feel the energy. I already feel the shifts building within me as I'm preparing the course, like in the background. So you don't want to miss this one. Okay, so check out the link in the description box. If you have questions, message me, get over on Instagram. That's where I see, like, it's easiest for me to see messages there. So please just message me if you have questions. Click the link just to read about what's involved. It's like when I really made, there's so much involved that I feel like it's like way too long of a course description. But that's because there's so much that's about to happen in those 9 weeks that it's like mind-blowing. So, you know, work your way through that and just see if any of it feels aligned to you. Down at the very bottom of that incredibly, like, very full description of what's involved in the course, at the bottom of that, you're going to see a description of how the course, where it's held, the days, the amount, and everything. And again, if you have questions, just check in with me. I love you all so much. I wish this for you. I just want to send out like a beautiful giant wish, hug, intention to humanity, to all be able to experience what it feels like to not only just awaken, but to align with your highest version of this focal point of the person that you are in this life, the highest version of that, and then just keep growing from there. The highest version of your life, and just keep growing from there. And feel what that feels like. Feel the incredible awe of it. Like, sometimes I still just can't even believe what I get to do for a living. Like, I'm in awe. I'm in awe of my schedule being so free. I'm in awe of everything that I feel and get to do, and just my life. I'm literally in awe of my own life. I'm inspired by myself. I want that for you. I want that. I want that for you so much. So I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope to hear from you. I hope to see you in this course. I know, thank you to the people that have already signed up. I'm so excited to get started with you all. And before we go, final reminder, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. I love you, beautiful souls. Have a great day. Bye.